What's up, Soul Family? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, this is soulfamilyoracle, and if you're returning, as always, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and welcome to all our new Soul Family members. It's great to have you guys here with us. So, it's very early right now, the time, or late in the night, and this message has been pressing on me, so I just needed to come and get it out because the energy has been intense. Just when we feel like it's settling down a bit, it just spikes up again. And the last few days has been really intense. Like, it's been a lot of heavy headaches, especially like one-sided headaches, and just like full body like chills, like not even like chills, almost like a full body takeover. It's been so energetically hyped and very intense. It's like there's vibration going through everything. It's like the way the wind, it's carrying these like whispers and echoes of like of Gaia and of the earth. And that's exactly what this download that was coming is about. It's like, first it came through specifically as like Gaia Tiamat Gaia. Tiamat Gaia's energy or frequency is shifting, and she's taking all of us through it. And then at some point it was saying like the earth's frequency has risen, and we're all rising with it. But it's like in a way where it's like it's very much connected to the timeline shift also. And this timeline shift is something that I've been needing to do a message on. So it was saying like this timeline shift is like, sorry, not timeline shift. Thank you, Spirit. I almost made a mistake there. Timeline split. There's been a split in the timelines. And what was coming through was like, for a lot of people, I guess we're thinking it was going to be in a way where it's like other people are feeling one side and other people are feeling like a totally different energy. But it's like the revelation that was coming to me through this is the way the energy is coming through is going to be felt in the same height or the same frequencies. It's going to be felt at the same height, but it's going to be how you feel it is going to be, or the experience is going to be determined by the level of your frequency. Okay, let me repeat that because I feel like I threw that all over the place. So it's saying come on, Spirit, 0303 on the timer, help me come back to this. Okay, so it's saying the energies of Gaia Tiamat, the energies that we're going to be feeling in this shift, is like it's going to be felt at the same height, however at different frequencies. Basically meaning that we are all going to be feeling it at the extremes and the lows of when it comes through, but how we experience it or how it comes to us is going to be very much based on the frequency that we're in. 333. And this is basically saying that, for instance, if Gaia's energy is shooting up to a 10, we are all going to be feeling it at a level 10. But depending on your frequency, you'll be feeling it at a level 10 of low vibrations or level 10 of high vibrations. Right? So if you're vibrating high, if your frequency is up, you are going to be experiencing a level 10 of high vibrations. And if your frequency is down, you're going to be experiencing a level 10 of low vibrations. And so what is going on right now is like a lot of people are tapped in to the energy of Gaia, and a lot of people are tapped in to the frequency of Gaia. These are two different things. A lot of people are tapped into the energy of Gaia, as in like we are all experiencing the shift in her energy. We are all experiencing it at a very high core. It's like it's in the air, it's in the earth, it's in the, I don't know, it's in the skies, the trees, the birds, everything is expressing it. 0101 AM. Everything is expressing it. Okay, that's in the energy. right? And the frequency of Gaia is rising. The frequency of Gaia naturally is very high, but there's been a lot of low vibrational things that have been done to lower that frequency, to lower that vibration, okay, to affect the children on it, okay. And now it's like, as this vibration is rising again, this frequency is rising again, there are certain groups of people, there are certain people that are tapping into this frequency. And these are the light workers, and the people, not necessarily the light workers, but the people that have been doing the work. Not necessarily the light workers, the people that have been doing the work. Because not everybody that is tapped into the frequency is a light worker. Some light workers are only tapped into the energy but not the frequency, because they are not vibrating at a high frequency. Even though they might call themselves light workers or actually are doing healing of some sort, their vibrations are low. So again, this is to explain how a lot of people are tapping into the Gaia energy 0606 on the timer, and a lot of other people are also tapping into the frequency. So even though everybody might be feeling the energy of what's coming through, not everybody will be feeling it at the same frequency. Okay, so like for instance, where a lot of people are feeling like agitated, it's like agitation and irritation and stuff like that, a lot of others are going to be feeling very calm, because it's like they are vibrating on that high frequency also, right? Whilst people are feeling agitated and like just basically like in very like emotional instability is what I'm hearing, feeling impatient, feeling restless. There's going to be a lot of people that are also feeling very calm, right? They're going to be feeling a deep sense of calm within, because it's like there's going to be this knowing, just like how this revelation is coming, that everything that is being felt is part of Gaia. Everything that is being felt is coming from Gaia, because Gaia is shifting and she's rising. And so this is even going to bring them a sense of joy in some sense, because it's going to speak of the alignment that they're in. It's going to be the confirmation that they are aligned with the frequency of the earth. Whereby for others, what is going to be happening is, again, with the irritation, agitation, like a lot of restlessness, a lot of impatience, a lot of turmoil, but internally, okay? And that's the other thing. This shift, it's going to be causing a lot of things to change in our reality, like in our physical reality. It's going to cause a lot of things to move, a lot of things to be reacting in our physical realities, okay? But the thing is, for the people that are vibrating at the same frequency or on a high frequency, 0808 on the timer, you are going to understand that all of those things are just illusions and are just like the aftermath of the things that are actually happening within the energy. You understand? So it's almost like you're going to know, like, oh yeah, you're going to be watching the news or hearing the news about things happening, and you're just going to know, oh, okay. You're just going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, like, we're good regardless. Like, or like, I'm good regardless. Like, okay, like, yeah. You will know, you will have this innate knowing that this is like part 844 on the timer that go back to 88. So 88 could be significant to somebody, because also I feel like this is an energy of positive abundance, right? There's peace coming in, there's healing coming in, I'm hearing sovereign, so it's like this knowing that you're going to be feeling within you is going to be an assurance for you that everything is falling into place. It's going to be an assurance to you or confirmation to you that you are in alignment, right? Whereas for others, it's like they're going to be seeing what's happening. And even if it's just something small, like for instance, the change in like, what was it? The Forex rates. It's like, when the Forex rates change, and then, the different currencies, whether lose or rise up, or something of the sort, and a lot of business people get like, it's like, oh, it's crazy because it's affecting, and a lot of people are going to be going crazy about it, because it's like they won't understand that this is all part of the crumbling of what used to be that needs to happen for the things that are supposed to be to come to place, right? And then on the other side, the people that are in alignment are just going to be seeing it as, oh, okay, it's just another day. Okay, so we're going to lose our money. That's fine. That's just a means to, create more abundance in the physical realm. But that doesn't really equate to the wealth that we have in spirit. And the wealth that we have in spirit is what translates to what? Our peace. 1019 on the timer, that's 1010. And now it was 1022 and 1023, right? It's like this wealth of abundance. It's like because we understand it's the peace, it's the alignment, it's the stability in chaos. It's the being nonchalant despite what's going on in the world, because you feel very rooted and grounded in your energy. This wealth is what we've been preaching of, is what we've been speaking of when we speak of like alignment, when we speak of abundance. And I feel like a lot of people are now going to really, really begin to experience what abundance is, really begin to understand what abundance is. It's like a lot of people, it's like in this energy, it's almost as if like some things, 1111 on the timer, certain things are also going to come to light that is going to really cause a lot of people to become very unstable. Very unstable, 1122 on the timer, very unstable physically, mentally, and spiritually. Right? And I'm hearing also emotionally, so like unstable on all grounds. Unstable in the sense that the way that certain people are living right now, where we're going, or this shift is not going to support that type of living or that living style, right? And so physically, their physical foundations are going to be shook. Things are going to have to be, changed. Basically, the foundations that they're living on right now is going to be crumbled. I'm getting tower moments. And then shook spiritually, it's like for some people, it's going to be an awareness that comes within the collective, like a spiritual awareness that comes over the collective in general, 1212. And this is going to like really shake them to the core. It's like there's going to be realizations coming to people, and they're going to be understanding certain things, like, for instance, about religion and about separation, about racism and sexism and all those things. And it's like really going to like, it's going to be like a radical awakening where it's like people are just going to like be shook, and it's going to bring spiritual instability. So it's like a lot of people are going to be going through a bit of like, a bit of an episode. A lot of people are going to be going through a bit of an episode, spiritually, where it's going to be like everything happening at once. It's going to be like the dark night of the soul happening, where it's like the spirit is pushing for shadow work also, and at the same time healing is happening, but at the same time digging is happening for release and forgiveness and renewal also happening, where it's like everything is going to be happening all at once. And for a lot of people, this is going to be because their time is way overdue. 1313 on the timer. For a lot of people, this is going to be because their time is way overdue to what? To have made those changes, or to have gone through those feelings and emotions. And for some people, mental instability, because a lot of things are going to become very, very mind-boggling. It's like people are going to be crashing out. People are literally going to be like losing their sanity over how things are going in the world. And this is part of what we have been preparing for. This mental fortitude is a very important part of what we have been preparing for, because it's like when your mind is shielded, it's very difficult to influence how you think, influence how you operate. 1404 on the timer. It's going to be very difficult to influence the way that you move, which means it's going to be difficult for you to be manipulated. So for a lot of people that have been under manipulation of the system and all those things, it's like for a lot, this is going to be in a way where it's like that reality is ripped from them. It's like literally like it's swiped from under their feet, and it's like going to be like a veil that is like literally just like removed, and it's like they're seeing a totally different reality, and their brain or their mind is like going to find it very difficult to like comprehend or like come into just understanding of this new reality for them. 1:11 a.m. on the clock, right? And I feel like this is going to literally be like the beginning of some people crashing out, because it's like now they're going to be wondering how they've been living under some of these things, and it's like, how have I been in this energy 15:15 on the timer? But you're going to be able to trace it back to a lot of things. And I feel like with this mental instability, it's just going to be some people realizing that the ways in which they've been living has been part of the reason why their life is the way it is. Or some people realizing that the ways in which they've been living is not actually how they want to live, and it's like they're going to be coming to the realization that they've been rolling in the wrong energies. Like some people are going to be coming into the realization that they are assholes, for instance. Like they're going to be coming into the understanding that they were the problem. Some people are going to be coming into the realization that they were the problem the whole time. Like they were a toxic person, or like they've been living in toxic cycles. Like people are going to be getting some radical awakenings. It's like some really harsh truths about the reality that they live under. But that's because, again, in this rising of Gaia's energy, in this rising of Gaia's frequency, in this purging, in this shift that Gaia is making, it's not just about where she is going or where she is. It's also about where she used to be. So it's almost like, it's like, for all my children that are going to ascend or needing to ascend, I'm going to have to first pull you from where you used to be, because it's like this change is already happening with me. This change is already happening. You can't stop this change. You can't stop yourself from going through this change either. But the thing is, if you've been doing the work already, you will feel very aligned with the energy. And like I was saying, it's been very intense. A lot of one-sided headaches, a lot of like different energies. And also another thing with my divine feminines, there's something happening with like your cycles. The cycles, it's like you could be experiencing different sensations with like your next cycle, or with like your last cycle, or your past few cycles, like your menstrual cycles. And this is because it's like there's this shift that is happening within Gaia. For a lot of you, it's happening within you also, if you're like high priest, if you're a high priestess. I'm hearing red priestess also. I don't know why I'm seeing like red. Desert. I'm seeing desert. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing what looks like a priestess, or I don't know, some kind of like desert. I don't know, like red. She has like a red chiffon thing, like a gown like thing. It's just very flowy and chiffon, like light material kind of, and then she has this thing like on her eyes. I don't know, this is giving me the energy of like an old sisterhood. This is like I'm hearing Magdalene. I think I need to put this down. Can you guys put in the comment anything about some Magdalenes, something about red priestesses? So there's something that for some of you, I might need to do this a different reading. For some of you, divine feminines specifically, feminine energy specifically, if you consider yourself a high priestess, there might be something you need to pay attention to concerning your menstrual cycle, because the changes that are happening in Gaia, it's happening within you also as a whole new reality, like a whole new portal, like a birth that is happening within you. And I feel like this birth is literally the birth of the part of you, or the part of you that are most connected to Gaia. And for some of you, this is that Magdalene energy. For some of you in the past life, or you've had a past life as, I don't know, a red priestess or a Magdalene priestess. There's something about the red priestess and Magdalene, or priestess of Magdalene, or something of the sort. Right? But I feel like if this has to do with you, you'll know. If you know anything of the sort, please put it in the comment. I feel like I'm going to look up this later, because it has some kind of significance. So I feel like this shift with the monthly cycle thing, yeah, if if you consider yourself a high priestess, there's some kind of activation that could be happening, and also with the red and to do with blood. So I don't know what this is about, but I feel like you will know it, whatever this is about. So yeah, like I was saying with the energies, it's like it's been very, very intense. It's been very heavy. It's been very, like, you can feel it, even with how the animals are acting, like how nature is responding. You can see it. 2022 on the timer. But at the same time, it's like there's this like innate awareness that everything is happening as it should, that everything is exactly in place. It's like everything is just falling into place, right? So again, it's like I think I've used this analogy before of like when you shake something up, right? Like let's say like you put like some seed or like beans or rice and water, and like you shake it up, or like sand, better. And you shake it up, and then it has some dust and, dirt and stuff like that. You put it in let's say a jar of water, and then you shake it up. When you shake it up, it's like, the sand is all over, and then there's some gravels, and now the water is brown because it's dirty and everything. But when you leave it for a while, it's like, as you leave it there, even though it's sitting in silence, there's still a lot that is happening in the jar of the different particles that are settling back down. And even though that process might look so peaceful from the outside, like you don't see what's happening, on the inside there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that's going on. And the only way that you'll be able to recognize that there's a lot going on is with patience and observation, right? Patience and observation is like when you just be patient, just wait and observe, you will see how the water and the gravels have settled at the bottom, and like the water and separating from the dirt, and then as time goes it just like filters out, and then everything settles, and then there's the gravels and the dirt, and then the water that was clean, that was mixed with it, comes back to the surface or comes back to the top. This is giving me that same energy where it's like after going through such a shakeup, Gaia is settling down again. But this settling down, there's a lot that is happening within it. There's a lot of purging. There's a lot of moving things around. There's a lot of taking things out and putting others in place. There's a lot of repositioning. There's a lot of breaking foundations and rebuilding. There's a lot of like pillars being put in place. So I feel like in this energy, it's like it's almost like you're just needing to, I feel like for whoever this message is for, if you're working on the frequency of Gaia and not just in her energy, you will understand exactly what I'm saying, because you have already felt it, because you have already been feeling it, you have already been sensing it, right? And even though things might be feeling a bit shaky, you know that things are like you're in alignment. You know that, oh yeah, I'm in alignment, and that's what matters, right? And so if you're having difficulties with like the physical sensations of these things, it's like just what was coming through specifically was a lavender bath. What was coming through specifically was a lavender bath. And actually, that's funny, I have a lavender incense right here. Okay, so for some of you, let me get some water. 23 on the timer, that's 10, oh, 5 and 10, sorry. Yeah, so there's going to be the need to, for some of you, like if you're feeling very overwhelmed, or like there's a lot of tiredness in the energy also. And it's not tiredness like being tired, it's almost like just a need to rest. But then when you have to do something, like there's the energy to do it. Like in my case, I get these last few days, I get these like random bursts of energy to do and complete the various tasks I have. But it's like once I'm done with it, it's almost like spirit shuts me down, and it's like, okay, that's done, rest, or take a nap, or go for a walk, go into nature. So it's like somehow it feels like there's a lot of like, it's not stress, like it's a like kind of like tiredness in the energy, but it's not really tiredness, it's just a need for rest. I'm hearing, what's that, recalibrate, because it's like the earth is recalibrating, Gaia is like recalibrating. And so these like burst of energy is like the period in between where spirit is like, oh, here, like take, move forward with this, go ahead with this. Like, okay, you can go ahead and do it. It's like in the periods when we're being guided or directed to take action or do things. And then when that is not happening, spirit is like, okay, all right, shut down, time to rest. Or like, now you just rest. If you're not, so it's almost as if like when we're not being guided to rest, we're not being guided to rest. We're being given this burst of energy to act on the things that we want to do, or the things that we're being guided to act on. And then when we're not doing those things, we're literally the energy is taken from us and we're being guided to rest. Right. And I was trying to understand something or explain something to myself yesterday. I was thinking about how the last few weeks, there was a lot of things that I was planning on doing, and a lot of work that I had to finish, or things that I thought I had to complete. And, and then whilst I was in the middle of doing all these things, my phone breaks. Okay. And I'm having to go off my phone for weeks. But then in the weeks that I wasn't with my phone, what I've realized is there was so much that I was being called or being made or being like the divine was trying to make me aware of, that I wasn't seeing, because I was just caught up in this cycle of it's done, next thing, it's done, next thing, it's done, next thing. And then the divine is like, well, there's a need for you to recalibrate, and not just recalibrate like, oh, just rest for a while, or like there's a need for you to recalibrate in the sense of like how you move and how you operate, right? How you take in and how you put out. It's like the inlet and the outlet. There has to be a balance. And I feel like this is exactly like what's happening with Gaia, where it's like, it's not just about releasing and renewing and all those things. It gets to the point where it's like things have to be shut down. You have to be whether isolated, or you have to be having more rest, or you have to be doing less, something of the sort. And this is because, again, it's preparation for something bigger. That's because this shift that has happened, it's not just about renewing something or like renewal to us. It's like literally like this is like a whole shift within the universe. Gaia's shift, or Gaia's elevation, Gaia's rise, is something that is like being recorded, being watched, being celebrated in the universe, like in the cosmos. Because Gaia is a very, very special planet. Not to say other planets are not special, but Gaia is a very special planet with a very special history. And also because of its humans. So I feel like in a way it's like this message is coming through to say that if you're feeling these things, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Spirit. I almost forgot about that. We're being given some guidance on what to do. So what I was getting was a lavender bath. Like somebody, you might need to do a lavender bath, or like just like take a lavender bath, or like, lavender infused bath, And for some also, I was getting lavender and sage tea. Lavender and sage tea. So you can make a tea with lavender and sage, natural lavender and sage. And then also just drink a lot of water and keep yourself grounded. Stay hydrated and keep grounded. Stay hydrated and keep grounded. Stay hydrated and keep grounded. And also another thing that I was getting, which was coming through specifically now, is the water is good, but right now in this time, it's going to be very helpful to connect more with earth element. It's going to be very, very helpful to connect with earth element, because Gaia is predominantly water element. Like she's predominantly water. And with the rise of the energy and the shift that is happening, there's again a lot that is being brought up to the surface, which means a lot of water coming up to the surface. And we know water represents emotions, right? Feelings. So with the emotions and feelings, it's like it's going to need to be very earthed. It's like you're going to be needing to be in earth to ground that watery energy. It's just like pouring water on the earth. It's able to like go in and seep in and nourish the land and stuff like that. So it's like the emotions that are coming up, it's not a bad thing. but they're going to need to be able to make a positive impact, right? And that positive impact is like it's coming up to nourish you and to help nurture you for this new phase. So it's like there's going to be a need to ground yourself more. Again, like I was saying, get grounded in nature, but specifically with the earth element. So like go to the woods, the trees, places where there's ground as compared to the ocean or the river, because again, with the energy that's coming up, it's going to take a while to settle also. But if you've been doing the work, or again, if you're not just feeling the energy, but you're on the same frequency or vibration that is rising with Gaia, it's going to be felt differently. Okay, it's going to be felt differently. So 3033 on the timer. So make some time to, whether go to the woods, go to the park, take a walk, but connect with the trees and just earth element. And I feel like that makes a lot of sense coming with the earth element, because the first guidance that came through was the lavender bath, and lavender is earth. Herbs are earth element. So there's very heavy significance on using earth and herbals to help to tune your frequency, or help to stay in the right energy, or help to really help you to navigate through this energy. Okay. And this is where I'm going to leave this message, guys. 3113 on the timer. As always, please, please, please listen with discernment. Take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if the message resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe to help us reach even more of our soul tribe. Have a blessed day, guys.